"A lake," said Merlin. "Within the lake is a rock, and therein is a fair place as any on earth. And richly be seen, and this damosel will come to you anon. And then spake ye fair to her that she will give you that sword. Anon withal came the damosel unto Arthur, and saluted him, and he her again. Damosel, said Arthur, "What sword is that? That yonder the arm holdeth above the water. I would it were mine, for I have no sword." "Sir Arthur King," said the damosel, "that sword is mine, and if ye will give me a gift, when I ask it you, ye shall have it. By my faith, said Arthur, I will give you what gift you will ask. "Well," said the damosel, "go ye into yonder barge, and row yourself to the sword, and take it in the scabbard with you, and I will ask my gift when I see my time." So Sir Arthur and Merlin alighted, and tied their horses to two trees, and so they went into the ship. And when they came to the sword, at this hand held, Sir Arthur took it of the handles, and took it with him, and the arm of the hand went under the water. And so they came unto land and rode forth, and then Sir Arthur saw a rich pavilion. "What signifieth yonder pavilion, if the knight's pavilion," said Merlin, "that he fought with the last Sir Pellinore? But he is out, he is not there. He hath to do with a knight of yours, that hight Eglaime, and they had fought together. But alas, Eglaime fled, and else he had been dead, and hath chased him even to Carleon, and shall meet with him anon in the highway." "That is well said," said Arthur. "Now I have a sword. Now will I wage battle with him, and be avenged on him." "Sir, you shall not so," said Merlin, "for the knight is weary of fighting and chasing, so that ye shall have no worship to have ado with him. Also he will not be lightly matched but when night living. Therefore is my counsel, let him pass, for he shall do you good service in short time, and his son after his days. Also you shall see that day in short space. You shall be right glad to give him your sister to wed. When I see him, I will do as ye advise," said Arthur. Then Sir Arthur looked on the sword, and liked it passing well. "Whether liketh you better," said Merlin, "the sword or the scabbard?" "Me liketh better the sword," said Arthur. "Ye are more unwise," said Merlin, "for the scabbard worth 10 of the swords. For whiles ye have scabbard upon you, ye shall never lose no blood, be ye never so sore wounded. Therefore keep well the scabbard always with you." So they rode unto Carleon, and by the way they met with Sir Pellinore. But Merlin had done such a craft that Pellinore saw not Arthur, and yet passed by without any words. "I marvel," said Arthur, "that the knight would not speak." "Sir," said Merlin, "he saw you not, for an he had seen you, ye had not lightly departed." So they came unto Carleon, wherefore his knights were passing glad. And when they heard of his adventure, they marvelously that he would divert his person so alone, that all men of worship said it was merry to be under such chieftain, that would put his person in adventure as the four knights did. Chapter 26. How tidings came to Arthur that King Rience had overcome 11 kings, and how he desired Arthur's beard to trim his mantle. As meanwhile came a messenger from King Rience of North Wales, and king he was of Ireland, and of many islands, and this was his message, greeting well King Arthur in the manner wise, saying that King Rience had discomfited and overcome 11 kings, and every each of them did him homage, and that was this: they gave him their beards clean played off, as much as there was. Therefore the messengers came for King Arthur's beard, for King Rience had purple a mantle, king's beards, and there lacked one place of the mantle, wherefore he sent for his beard, or else he would enter into lands, and burn and slay, and never leave, till he have head and their beard. "Well," said Arthur, "thou hast said thy message, the which is most villainous and lewdest message that ever man heard sent unto a king. Also thou mayst see my beard is full young, yet to make up purple of it. But tell thou thy king this: I owe him none homage, nor none of mine elders, but or it be long too, he shall do me homage on both his knees, or else he shall lose his head by the faith of my body. For this is the most shameful message that I ever heard speak of. I have espied thy king, but never yet much worshipful man. But tell him I will have his head without he do me homage." Then the messenger departed. "Now is there any here," said Arthur, "that knoweth King Rience?" And answered a knight that hight Baram, "Sir, I know the king well. He is a passing good man of his body, as few be living, and passing proud man, and sir doubt ye not he will make war on you with a mighty puissance." "Well," said Arthur, "I shall ordain for him in short time." Chapter 27. How all the children were sent for that were born on May Day, and how Mordred was saved. Then King Arthur let send for all children born on May Day, begotten of lords and born of ladies. For Merlin told King Arthur that he that should destroy him should be born on May Day, wherefore he sent for them all, upon pain of death. And so there were found many lords, sons and all were sent unto the king, and so was Mordred sent by King Lot's wife. And all were put in a ship to the sea, and some were 4 weeks old, and some less. And so by fortune the ship rave unto a castle, and was all too driven, and destroyed the most part, save that Mordred was cast up. And a good man found him, and nourished him till he was 14 years old. And then he brought him to court, as it rehearseth afterward. Toward the end of the death of Arthur, so many lords and barons of the realm were displeased, for their children were so lost, and many put their light on Merlin more than on Arthur. So what for dread and for love, they held their peace. But when the messenger came to King Rience, then was he wood out of measure, and purveyed him for a great host, as it rehearseth after in the book of Balin Lee Savage, that followeth next after, how by adventure Balin gat the sword. Explicit liber primus, incipit liber secundus.